Hi everyone, welcome to Unit Review. We're your hosts, Jack
and Dan.
Today we're going to be talking about a pretty good one. A pretty good guy.
One of our,
The Void Dragon.
Yeah, it's one of my favourites, probably my favourite sculpt in the Necron range. One of my favourites in the whole 40k range, if I'm honest.
Yeah, he's one of the newest refreshed Ctans out there. And you can kind of see
he looks gorgeous, but is he any good?
That is very true. That was very true. Should we dive straight in then, Dan? You want to start with the stat block?
Yeah, absolutely. So he's got a movement of 6 inches, which is bad. He's toughness 11.
Yeah.
He's got a 4-up save and a 4+ invuln.
Yep.
He's 12 wounds, leadership of 6, and an OC of 4, which isn't too bad.
You know what? Apart from the movement,
very
that's
good.
really good. Really good stat block. Really solid. Abilities, though, this is kind of where he just seems to jump up, basically, in my eyes. So abilities, he's got a few of them, so bear with me. He's got Deadly Demise D6, so when he dies, he explodes.
Don't have lots around him when he blows up, just in case.
Feel No Pain, +5.
Nice.
Amazing. You know, that comes in clutch so many times. So lovely to see that. Obviously, with the being Necrons, he's got the reanimation protocols, very standard. He's got another one, Matter Absorption. Very good ability, yes. At the start of your shooting phase, select one enemy vehicle unit within 12 inches of this model. You roll 1d6, and on a 2-up, the enemy suffers D3 mortal wounds. And it's really good, this bit. And this model regains up to that many lost wounds.
Brilliant.
Really good. Yeah. Really good to have that. It just keeps them alive, especially with the Feel No Pains. It makes them such a tough cookie to crack. And then last but not least, he has Necrodermis. So each time an attack is allocated to the model, you half the damage characteristics of that attack.
That's so good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So good. So yeah, that accompanied with the matter absorption, accompanied with the Feel No Pain, accompanied with the invulnerable save, you can kind of see why he's so tanky.
He really is.
12 wounds.
Yeah.
The most damage I've seen is the Volcano Lance. Which is the D6 +8, so already it's getting halved, and you're still not going to kill him, which is incredible. So
that is
ability-wise, looking handsome, Dan.
He certainly is, and war gear-wise also, he does pack quite a bit of punch.
He does, really
so
does.
On the ranged weapons, the Spear of the Void Dragon is the key thing to note here is it's anti-vehicle 2+.
Really nice.
So it's wounding vehicles on a 2-up. It's only 12-inch range, so you've got to get in there.
Yep.
It's one attack, but it's hitting on 2s. It's strength 4 if it's not hitting the vehicles.
Yep.
It's AP -3, and it's D6 +2 damage. So nice. It is a vehicle killer.
Big punch.
Yeah, but that's not all. He's got another attack, range attack called the Voltaic Storm.
Yep.
Which is blast. It's sustained hits 2, so if you roll those 6s, you're looking very tasty.
Handsome.
It's 18-inch range, this one, and it's D6 +3 attacks. Yeah. So with the blast there, you can put some serious numbers of shots in.
Yeah.
Again, he's hitting on a 2 with BS 2+. It's strength 7, AP 1, and damage 2.
Yeah.
So it's a nice kind of marine killer type of.
I would see so there. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the strength 7, really nice. Most things hit on 3s, if not 2s.
Yeah.
Mostly 3s though. But yeah, I mean, AP 1 not as good, but it's the damage.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a tanky boy. The shooting capabilities is good, but if you're versing the vehicle, that's where he shines. Really.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Don't go towards the Marines. I would say still go towards the vehicles. Yeah, that's where you get the most bang for your buck.
Yes, definitely. I think the Voltaic Storm is you can still chip some wounds off vehicles with that at strength 7. You're going to be wounding most of them on 5s.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, but it's definitely got it definitely gives him a little bit more flexibility.
It's just those sustains, getting those extra ones through.
That'd be sweet.
Tasty, absolutely tasty. But it doesn't end there though, Dan. Melee weapons. What's he got?
He's got the Spear of the Void Dragon in melee is anti-vehicle 2+ as well.
Nice.
So you're getting 5 attacks with this though.
Yeah.
This is hitting on a 2-up. It's strength 12 or anti-vehicle 2+,
Perfect.
and it's D6 +2 damage again. So this, if you can get him into combat with vehicles, is an absolute beast.
Yeah.
Or with the strength 12 in melee, he's an absolute. He's going to hurt most things.
I was going to say it's mostly going to be 2s anyways, even if you go into the typical chaff units out there anyways. But
anything smaller than like a light vehicle or monster, you're going to be wounding on 2s either way.
Tasty. Yeah. He has a super attack with that one as well.
He does indeed. That's 10 attacks, so doubly attacks, hitting on 2s again. It's still really good. It's strength 8, AP 1, damage 2. Nice. So we're talking again about that kind of marine killer type of ability. So that's really good. And then you get some extra attacks with his Canoptech Tailblade.
Yeah.
So he's getting 6 attacks there, hitting on 2, strength 6, AP 1, damage 1.
It's not bad. The reason why I quite like this stat block for is because unlike this one, the other Ctans, if you come across a Horde army, that has, like about 10, maybe 15, 20 units. This is the best one against those ones. He doesn't shine against them, but having those extra D6 attacks, -1, strength
extra
6.
6 attacks,
Six attacks.
It makes a big difference. Yeah,
you're getting through them. Which is really nice. Fantastic lineup, fantastic war gear. Keywords, I'll run through them real fast. So obviously he's Necrons, faction keyword. He's monster, character, fly, epic hero, and Ctan Shard of the Void Dragon. I think the ones from there, we always talk about it, fly, that can fuck off.
Yeah, I mean,
in the politest way possible.
He's got a 6-inch move, so he can't fly over buildings. We'll continue to complain about this until GW fixes
it. Until it's fixed.
And it just becomes detrimental because even with 6 inches, yes, you can fly over enemy units, but not many.
Nah.
And mainly, it just opens you to, makes you vulnerable to anti-fly weapons.
Yeah, it's very true.
So it's a curse rather than a blessing.
It is. In the monster keyword, although not mostly relevant, we'll mention very briefly later on about why that impacts one of the stratagems that was really good with him.
Yes, very good point. Yes,
we'll get onto that one later. So unit composition, Dan?
Basically, because he's an epic hero, he comes in Unit 1 and you can only take 1 in your list.
Yes,
he's a named character, basically.
Spot on.
Yeah, we can't spam 3 of them like we can with Transcendence.
It was too good. Too good. Yeah. I think it costs 290 points as well.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, just under the 300 mark, which is I think is still good.
Still good. Yeah, still really good for what he brings to the table.
Yeah,
it's an excellent choice. Yeah.
What about stratagems?
Stratagem wise, there isn't really many to the stratagems, is there?
He doesn't need them.
That is fair. He absolutely does need one. And I did briefly mention about the keyword for monsters.
Yes.
So there was Cosmic Precision. Everyone loved Cosmic Precision because you were able to basically teleport this fella within 3 inches of another. You can't charge, but if you get him 3 inches away from a vehicle, then that's a lot of shooting.
It triggers his ability to absorb,
regain
wounds, all of that stuff.
Exactly. So getting him where he needs to be, back line, behind enemy lines, and you're going for those vehicle units, maybe like basilisks that have like the indirect. They're really hard to get to. So if you teleport him back there, shoot at them, you'll probably take one down, and then next turn you'll be charging them.
Yes.
It's really handsome.
Yeah, so it's RIP. I mean, obviously you can still use that strat with other units, but you can't use it with units with a monster keyword.
Exactly.
Which is all the Catan, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. So that has only just recently changed. Yes. So if you're not aware of that, you are now.
Well done.
Yeah. But apart from that, it doesn't really need any of the stratagems.
Yeah, the only other one that vaguely might be useful if you're playing the Awakened Dynasty, which is like the OG index detachment. There's a protocol, the Sudden Storm, which give its guns assault.
That's true. That's true.
That can be handy for those early turns and you're trying to get up the board and still shoot.
Yeah, because 6-inch movement isn't ideal. So that's 6, maybe an extra 3 inches going at 9. Yeah. You can. It might allow you to fly over places as well.
Yes, you might actually be able to fly over a building. Yeah.
I'll never say fly is good, but that might work.
In terms of detachments, we just mentioned Awakened Dynasty, but he does. You mentioned, although he doesn't align anymore with Cosmic Precision.
Yeah,
that Hypercrypt detachment's still a good one to run, isn't it?
It is, because obviously again you'll be able to bring him in from there at the end of the turn. So at the end of the opponent's turn, you get to bring 3 units off if you're playing the 2,000 point lists, and he's one of those units that you can take off and bring down in Deep Strike. Anyone on the field?
You're right, yeah. I thought it was in strategic, like he has to come on from a board edge, but it doesn't. Either way, it doesn't matter, does it?
Exactly. He's going to be coming on.
It's much better than trying to slog him 6 inches up the board for 3 turns and then finally kill something.
Exactly. Yeah, really good ability. Cool, perfect. Right, well, should we talk about how best to play this unit then?
Yes.
So first one that obviously we both love is basically the ultimate distraction con effects.
Yes.
This guy, I think this one came from Simon from Rally Point.
Yeah.
Obviously he's just saying that, the what's it, the physiological?
It's a psychological weapon, it absorbs a lot of your opponent's attention, and it's a great distraction kind effects because it takes so much to shift it.
It is
so a distraction kind effects is only as good as long as it's still alive.
Yeah.
And if this can absorb an enormous amount of firepower before it goes down.
It's crazy. It's like literally you'll need. I mean, we'll talk about it in another episode, but I put it like I think it was 1,000 points of shooting into this guy when I was playing my knights.
Wow.
Still didn't take him down. Left him on like 2 wounds or 1 wound. It was horrible. It was horrible.
If the spike of those 5-ups feel no pains, or your 4-up invuns, you've got 2 opportunities there to roll good dice.
And then even if they do fail those, it still get halved.
Halving the damage,
it's just still crazy to get through. So really resilient guy. I think the next one is Resilient Midboard Bully.
Yeah.
Very nice. Pair that with the Canoptic Reanimator for D 2d3 wounds back per turn.
Yeah, I love this idea. So you can plonk him on the center on one of those mid-board objectives, hide the Canoptic Reanimator just behind the building or whatever, so it's out of line of sight.
Yeah,
and it just makes him virtually impossible to shift.
It's really good.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, again, if there's any vehicles in the mid-board, he's also getting wounds back from them as well.
Yes.
Tasty, absolutely tasty. And then the last one I think we've got is the Cat Call.
Yeah, I love this.
So
yeah,
I really like this one mainly because whenever I play this guy, if I've got typically I've got lots of other units for the Necrons, lots of little chaff ones. If I've misplayed a few of them units and I know they're going to fail and I need them for later turns, I'll just plonk him out in the middle of the board.
he just comes out. You,
just come get me. Basically, it's like I put them out just to entice them to be like, look, you could take a few pop shots at this guy. Me knowing full well, I'm going to reanimate. You know, if you've got vehicles, I'm probably going to be, getting some wounds back. From
so he comes and takes a few shots to try and save your other units from getting eliminated. I love it. Love it.
They're a nice big distraction, but they're the best ways I can see playing them.
Good. And what about how to fight against it?
Yeah, so I quite like this one, the Void Who, or Avoid.
Avoid him, yeah. I love it.
We're bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically ignore it. This guy is too tough. This is, again, you want to focus down the other units because the other units are what's going to be scoring those points. So if he's moving up the board, again, 6-inch move, he ain't going anywhere fast.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing in the Hypercrypt Legion.
Yeah.
As long as you kind of space your army out, so you zone them out, you've got nothing to fear.
Yeah.
He's going to have to come on later on, still on their side of the board. So just zone out, target the other weaker units. That's probably one of the better ways I'd say to play this. Play against this unit.
I mean, as you said, you've tried as an experiment dumping an enormous amount of night firepower into him. Knights have got some serious guns.
Oh yeah, it was an entire shooting army for my knights that I had.
Yeah.
So I had all the Gatling guns,
all the guns,
thermal cannons. It was just I put everything in the volcano lands went into them and it was just halved it, and then it was like. It was lovely seeing because I'm a Necron player at heart, but I was like, oh my God, the Necrons are strong.
Yes,
I was like, they're crazy good.
I mean, one way one vulnerability it does have is to lethal hits which will bypass the Void Dragon's high toughness.
Correct.
So if you've got a high volume of shots that have got lethal hits, or a way to proc lethal hits on 5s instead of 6s, which Necrons, funny enough, do, like with the Plasmancer, for example.
They do.
So if you've got that kind of volume of you can got high volume of shots, then you can get those lethal hits through. That will hurt.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And another way that we kind of briefly discussed before there is kind of like if this guy's really good, and we talk about he's really good against most opponents, primarily against vehicles.
Yeah, shines against vehicles.
Exactly. And I mean, in this meta, typically you'll be bringing, or you'll at least see a couple of vehicles on your opponent's list anyways.
Yeah.
The only difference being, from a couple of ones that we mentioned, is NIDs. So NIDs, obviously, they're monsters opposed to vehicles, so he doesn't really get
anti-vehicle doesn't get a look.
Doesn't apply exactly. Alongside that, we briefly talk about demons.
Yeah, a lot of demon lists don't have a lot of vehicles or any vehicles.
Bring like the greater demons and whatnot. Like they aren't again vehicles, so you're not going to be able to get the bonuses against those.
Yes, I mean if you can get him into melee, you're still going to hurt them because as we said, he's in melee. His spear is strength 12.
Correct.
In shooting, it's only strength 4, so that's where it falls down a little bit.
It does.
But yeah, you can't stop him from doing damage, but you can if there aren't any vehicles for him to go at, he's significantly reduced in his impact.
He becomes more then, if you verse in those units, he becomes more then I've got okay OC and quite good toughness. I'm just going to go on. I'm
going to hold this point.
Yeah, middle board. Yeah, right. I'm here now. This is mine.
This is mine.
Yeah,
good.
Very nice. Yeah, I think that's it for the Void Dragon, right?
Yeah, we as always we had some really helpful comments from the Necron community. So we will put your names up in the video on screen now. Thank you for your contributions.
Yeah.
If we've missed anything and you use the Void Dragon in a different way, the stratagems or whatever, or different detachments that you use them in, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
But otherwise, thank you very much. Please keep liking, sharing and subscribing, and we'll be back soon with another unit review.
Thank you.